Hey guys, what's going on? Shane here. Today I have for you the Lancer Tactical Gen 3 review. So I actually picked this up last Prime Day and I got it for like 160 bucks. I just typed in Airsoft on Prime Day and I was like, I wonder what they got going on out there. And then I saw this thing like 160 bucks. I was like, whoa, that's crazy, because I think it's about a $225, $230 replica, right? So I wanted to pick one up because I'd been hearing really good things about Gen 3. Gen 2 was alright. The Pro line was really good. So Gen 3, from what I understand, is basically like a lot like the Pro line, but it comes in at a really good price point for what you get. So let's dig in. This comes in a nice Lancer Tactical Gen 3 box. Start with the magazine. So we got a 130 round mid cap. You've probably seen these around. Basic Lancer Tactical magazine. It does have the window here. I don't know if that's functional though, so let's throw some BBs in it and see if that's the case. Oh, it does. Cool. Alright, so the window actually works. You can see whenever you're getting down to your last probably 30 rounds, I would say. So you'll kind of know. So that's cool. It's got like the mag pull. I know mag pull's a brand, but it's got like the mag pull put onto it. Nice polymer, lightweight. These are actually pretty good mid caps. I got a bunch of them. They don't have the extended follower like I like. Of course, they got the nice long on jamming rod in here, and it actually comes with a low FPS and a high FPS spring, which is nice because you can just quick change it out, and you're good to go. So low power spring. I think this is an M110 and this is an M120 that's in there, I want to say. It also comes with your Zion patch, because it does have a Zion Mosfet inside, the Zion Nebula, and has a programming card, which is nice because you can program this to do semi, 2-round burst, 3-round burst, 4-round burst, 5-round burst, binary trigger, which is awesome, and then full auto. And you do it all through the trigger and the switch. And we'll talk about that in a second. So the length on this bad boy is 31.5 to 35 inches when you have the stock fully extended. And for my friends in the rest of the world, not in America and like 2 other countries, that's 800 to 899 millimeters. So it's a fairly short rifle for the most part. It's got a 10-inch rail. Honestly, the build quality is really good. Lancer Tactical Gen 3, I've been really excited for this to come out. I know it's been out for a while, but I just haven't had a chance to do a review on it yet. It's also 5 pounds, which is like 2.27 kilos, so it's super light. I mean, nice, light, completely polymer rifle. Pretty much everything's polymer except for the buffer tube, the barrel, and then whatever else little components like the charging handle, mag release, stuff like that. One thing I do like, it has a nice flat trigger, and since it is a micro switch, it's got an alright trigger pull. Nothing too crazy. And it does have flip-up sights, which are nice. They're the push-button kind, so you just push it and they pop up. So your sight picture is a pretty basic kind of M16, M4 style sight and normal front sight like that. They do not give you a Frontside Adjustment tool, and it's not knobbed, so that kind of sucks. So if you're going to adjust this, you're going to have to get the little tool to stick in there and adjust it. So we'll just hope it's right on from the beginning. Alright, it's got like the nice charging handle. It is made for a righty, so it has the extended side only on the left. There is no bolt lock on this. That's a feature that Lancer Tactical does not put on. This thing just sits in there. The bolt release will actually fall off if you take it apart. You got to hang on to it if you take the upper off. Alright, so it does come with the orange flash hider. Looks like it has a... yeah, it looks like you're going to have to straight punch it out. And this might be one of the ones where you have to take the inner barrel out before you punch it out. That's going to be a pain to get off. I can already tell you that right now, so that kind of sucks. M-Lock rail is nice. M-Lock, you know, the new hotness, everybody's going to it. It does have sling quick mounting points right here. Quick release mounting points, so that's cool. It does not have an ambi trigger, so it's got a trigger on this side, it does not on this side, but that's totally okay, unless you're left-handed like me. Selector Switch feels pretty good. It's pretty tight, so it's going to stay where you put it. That's good. It's probably got like a ball bearing detent pin in there. So the stock is a basic LE stock, but it's very limited right here, which actually really sucks because I don't know why they decided to do this, but when you take this nice rubber butt pad off, it's just got 2 screws. So I was like, what the heck? You got to unscrew it before. So basically, when you take it off, the only room you have in this replica for a battery is inside the buffer tube. But it is wired to DIN, so that's nice. I'm going to go throw a LiPo in it. So I got a 7.4 here, so the rate of fire is not going to be what it would be with an 11.1. I read that you can get 22 to like 25 out of an 11.1. So that means it's like 20 on a 7.4. Oh, and it beeps at you when you turn it on because it has a Mosfet. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there to get it ready. It sucks too because I would just go ahead and change the stock out, to be honest, because if you take this off, all this is filled in on the sides, so you can't even put a butterfly type battery in there. That's going to be the biggest con probably so far. Of course, it's a version 2 gearbox. It has the Zion Arms Mosfet, which is why they give you a little patch here. They partnered up with them for their Gen 3 series. The Mosfet's pretty decent. It actually uses a magnet on the sector gear to do the like one full rotation to make sure that it's working correctly. So if you change out the sector gear, well, you can't change out the sector gear unless you find one that has a magnet in it, which is kind of hard. So that kind of sucks. I would have preferred optical, but I get it. The trigger is not whoa, hey-yo. The trigger is not optical. It is a micro switch. And she is a little squealy, so the shimming is not as good as it could be, that's for sure. So it is an 18-to-1 gear set, which is nice. It's just a basic gear set. It does have a quick chain spring, so you're going to have to go in through the buffer tube and get the spring out. But it is a quick chain spring. It just sucks to have to go all the way in the buffer. Not like the Summit Platinum where you just twist and boom, you're good to go. It does use 8mm bearings, like with ball bearings in them. It doesn't use bushings. They do offer a polycarb full steel tooth piston, which is awesome. Very good. I don't know about the piston head and everything else that's in it because I haven't taken it apart yet. But we'll see how compression is once we do some FPS testing. Bearing spring guide and a 19K high torque motor is what they call it. I don't know what brand it is. And actually, one cool thing I forgot about the body is it has this little button right here. So you just pop it up, and then it gives you direct access to your motor, which is really nice because you have direct access to it. You can mess with it, do whatever you need to do, and all you do is pop it right back down, and it's good to go. No more tiny little screws here that always strip out and stuff. So that is really nice. So for your hop-up, it is a rotary style hop-up. They're not red anymore like they used to be. It uses a pretty standard one. It doesn't click or anything. I don't know what the nub and bucking is like, but we'll see on the shooting a little bit. They're probably pretty decent. Most replicas these days are coming with pretty nice, well, I shouldn't say nice, but very standard buckings and nubs, and they work for what they are, right? It does come with a Type 4 barrel, though. 6.03 is brass, but 6.03 Type 4 right off the bat. So it does have some aggressive stippling here on the front, back side. That's one thing that they pointed out. It's a redesigned grip, apparently. And it does have a nice feel on the stock. It's like textured, I guess you could say. Overall, it's very sturdy, but there's no rail wobble, maybe just a tiny bit, and then you have a little bit just where the actual stock goes on, but not the buffer tube. It feels really solid, to be honest. I mean, for a Lancer Tactical, it definitely feels pretty solid. We'll give it a dry fire. So she is squeaky. Let's go binary trigger. So what you're going to do is take it to semi, and you're going to switch it to auto, semi, auto. It's going to give you a beep right there. So it was semi only, 2-round burst, 3-round burst, 4-round burst, 5-round burst, and then that's binary trigger. So now we're going to hold it for 2 seconds. And then that means it's programmed. So now we should have binary triggers. Okay, so semi stays semi. Semi stays semi. Binary trigger on. I do shoot real guns as well, right? So I do have this trigger pull gauge. So I figured we'd bust it out and see what the trigger pull is on this thing. Why not? Okay, let's give it a go. Okay, so we got 12.3 ounces. Let's do that again. 11.3 ounces. Yeah, so about 11.4. So it's about a 12-ounce trigger, less than a pound, right? So that's not bad. Trigger travel, we're looking at bottom of the trigger. We're probably looking at a full centimeter, a little over 1/4 of an inch. Not as tight as I would like it to be, but that's all right. Cool. Yeah. Fun little toy, right? I'm going to try to do this for all of the trigger pulls so you can just see how hard they are. I think it adds something kind of neat, but it's not necessary whatsoever. So, whatever. Yeah, so that's the replica in a nutshell. Let's do a little shooting. Okay, we're going to do the shooting first, and then we're going to do the chrono. All right, let's see if these sights are on. We'll go top bullseye. Sights are way off. I'm aiming for the top bullseye, and that's what I get. Well, they're perfectly down, and I don't have a side adjustment tool. I'll probably do somewhere, but I'm not going to mess with it. So I know where I got to shoot to get what I need to get to. So let's do a little binary fun. To the middle there. I really do love the binary. It is really nice. Do a little binary fun. So you can hear it's basically with the binary trigger, it's almost full auto. What's nice too is that you shoot on the pull, right? So you pull it and you shoot it, and then you wait. They don't call it, or you don't get them. Bam, on the off. So that's really awesome. Let's do some chronoing, and then we'll shoot out the rest of the mag after that. 370.6, 371.9, 371.4, and 371.5. So it's got great compression. Honestly, like that's really good compression. Let me switch it back to regular full auto, so we can get rounds per second here. 13.1. That's not great. 12.84. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to get 22 to 23 out of this. If that's 13 rounds a second. I have to throw an 11 LiPo in it now and see. Now let's see what it's like on 11.1. I'm going to say it'll be amazing if it hits 21. 21.77. Yeah, so that's a little disappointing. I was hoping that this thing would reach closer to like 25. But okay, let's do top 3. Because of, I don't know how that looked on there, I'm going to have to check, but because of how off the sights are, I had to aim over the target to get it to hit those, so we'll go for a second row. Oh, and we're out. Ugh. Man, I hate mags that do not feed, that don't have the stoppers. I'm spoiled now. I can't not have anything else. Alright, so, rating time. Oh, man. This is a tough one, because I've been given a lot of 6s. Man, I don't know. It's tough. This is completely polymer. I'll do this. I'll say this. Beginner-wise, beginner airsoft gun, for around a little over $200, give it a solid 7 on a beginner scale. Just because it has everything you need and want for the beginner side of things, and everything. You pretty much pick it up, grab a battery, and you're good to go, right? Yeah, I'd say a 7 on a beginner scale. On an overall scale, be closer to a 5. It's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's definitely a beginner rifle. I was excited about these, and I still am, because I think it's really important that we get low-priced, good replicas to beginners, because I can't tell you how many people I've lost from Airsoft because they go out and they buy, $150, $200 replica, and within, 3 or 4 games, something craps out on it, and then they're over it, because then you got to go deal with the shops, and I got nothing against Airsoft shops. I mean, I get it. But then you got to go deal with the shops, and then they have to fix it, or have to figure out what's wrong with it, and and they're busy. Tech work is not easy, nor is it cheap. Warranties and the whole shebang. You get something from Evite, you got to send it back. Yeah. So would I buy it? I wouldn't buy one of these right now for me, just because of where I'm at with my collection. However, if you're brand new to Airsoft, you haven't bought your first gun, or maybe you bought like $100. Something that was super cheap and it's kind of crap and you want to get something better, this is a solid choice for a beginner, a solid 7. It is full polymer, nice and light, good for younger players, maybe get a shorter one. It is M-LOK. I mean, overall, I think it's a pretty good buy. Just not for if you're an advanced player and kind of a mid-level player, you're probably going to want to start leaning towards something a little bit different. But for a beginner, solid choice. I like it, buy it. Alright, well, that's what I got for you today. Like, subscribe, share. ring the bell, shameless plug, all that good stuff. I am glad that you're enjoying my content. Subscribers are coming in really well. It's awesome. I want to try to start doing like giveaways and stuff whenever I get to 500. I'm not going to do a lot because, hey, things cost money, right? So, but I think I have enough Desert Eagles that I could possibly give away a couple of those. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.